Welcome everybody to the very first episode of Mockery Monday. Mockery Monday, I gave you a brief introduction last week. It wasn't the official episode, but I wanted to talk about the premise of Mockery Monday. And I've been doing customs for a long time. A lot of it started back in the 80s when I was pretty sloppy about it. And one of the cars that I introduced was my little Snoopy Roadster. And this was one that I created way back when. And this was a little, basically a clay that you could make, you can actually use a traditional oven in. I can't think of the name of the type of clay that it was used in, but basically I molded my own little Snoopy. You can actually see him in 3D, and I custom built a doghouse, even put in the custom little name on top of the opening of the door, Snoopy. Basically made with balsa wood roof and a styrene doghouse. The grill, of course, is from the Rolls-Royce Custom Phantom. And if you look closely here, I actually used basically metal and created the word bad for the hood ornament. Normally you would see Ford or Rolls-Royce or whatever, but if you look closely, you can actually see, as best as I could, bad. The hood ornament, of course, is custom made. It's a bone strung through something gold there, and this is basically made. And of course, the dog bowl was made from a plastic hose scale tire. I just sanded down the edges and did my best to make it look like there was water in there. There are different techniques to actually make that look a little bit more realistic, but that's okay. But the custom Snoopy. And this was made in the 80s, and I want to show proof to this because this base is actually a Hong Kong base, and I hope that I can pull this off. You can see that it is a Hong Kong base dragster. Just basic gold paint that I put on the bottom, white headers. I didn't do anything special to the base. I just basically put the doghouse on the dragster. And then lo and behold, Hot Wheels comes along and they just say, you know what, screw this. Now here's the thing, I had actually sent Hot Wheels, Mattel, some pictures of some ideas for cars a long time ago. And they kindly sent those back to me with the idea that basically we don't know if these are ideas that that Mattel would have pursued on their own. And I wish I would have protected the idea. And I'm not to say that these ideas that I'm going to be presenting later on might not be something that Hot Wheels will pursue. So I said, screw it. Let's just make fun of Hot Wheels. So Mockery Monday is actually going to be my take on Hot Wheels that are a parody of existing models. And I'm going to just start this week off with the model that I showed you last week. As you know, the fire engine version of Hot Wheels is called the Fire Eater. It is basically the cab here, and I showed this to you last week. You know, the cab is designed to open up in two different parts. It sits perfectly. There is a tiny little lip here that you can't see, that it's just above this. This is just basically, I got rid of the chrome of this insert here. I did make a mistake and I used the adhesive too soon, and sure enough it clouded the glass. So and not only that, there's not much real estate for an interior, but basically this little lip here, you know, you can see all of this right here was part of the original interior. This sits perfectly on there. And of course, as I showed you last week, this is a two-part hinge that's designed to lift up first and then lean forward so that it would have the clearance. A little bit too much detail. The engine, of course, is from a majorette tractor trailer, and the grill is from another car altogether. This little fan looking thing here. I wanted to change that because, to be honest, I just didn't have enough real estate to do all that I wanted to do, so I went with the Matchbox. This is the Ford C900, and as much as I'd like to do, something like this on top of this, the cab is more to scale with the bed, but the wheels are a little bit off, so I'm still working on what I want to do with this. If anyone out there has one of these carriers or these transport trucks, I'd like to make a trade with you, and I'll be pretty generous. If you could reach out to me, I would appreciate it. But I misplaced the glass insert like a dummy, and so I would love to make some type of trade with somebody out there that has one of these that they want to get rid of. I'm not looking to pay for it, but I'll make a trade. We'll figure out something worthwhile. So if you have one of these, let's talk. Send me a message, and we'd like to get together. So what makes this Mockery Monday is, instead of Fire Eater, I've called it the Fire Seater, because if you were to take a Firebird, it would be the transport for that Firebird. This is, of course, the Pontiac Firebird casting that was made by Hot Wheels. It's the 67 Pontiac Firebird. So this is the Fire Seater. Seater. I have other parodies that I'm going to be doing, so hopefully we can continue this on. But this is the first installment of Mockery Monday. And I look forward to talking to you guys tomorrow on Take Apart Tuesday. Our Tear Car Open on Tuesday. So that's it for tonight. I hope you guys enjoy. Again, if you happen to have one of these Matchbox transport trucks, I would appreciate it. I'd like to make a deal with you. I do have an off-brand. This is made by another company, and I'd hate to tear this one apart just to get, I don't know, maybe I will. It just depends. This is another manufacturer's made for custom trucks, but anyways. Happy cracking. Talk to you guys later. There's another quality Pooch Man production.